using Sapling to make a basic tree. In this video, you'll look at the tree presets, see how to add leaves to your tree in Sapling, learn where leaves are actually placed on the tree, and how to get it looking more like a real tree at the base. So just as an example here, we've got, it's not got any materials on it, it's just plain material there. But we can see that very rarely would trees enter the ground, if you look at the base of the tree here, like that. They would more enter the ground along these lines, and that's a far better looking base, far more interesting as well. So let's go explore that now and hop on over into Blender. So we've made a lovely bush with a couple of flowers on it over in Blender so far, and we need to make a tree now. So let's go explore Sapling a little further. I'm going to move on to another layer. I'm going to go on to layer 10 this time. I'm going to center the 3D cursor, not with those keys, with Shift and S and cursor to center. And let's go ahead and add ourselves a curve and add a tree. Now again, I'm going to make this tree a lot shorter. I'm going to untoggle lock camera to view as well and try and give myself a bit more space on my low resolution screen here. Okay, so I'm going to turn bevel on so I can see what's going on. I'm also going to turn up the bevel resolution because this is going to be a large object. If that's too low, it's going to look very blocky. I'm going to lower the scale down to maybe 5 or so I can, so it's not too big in the scene. It doesn't need to be too big either. Now further down here, there's actually a load preset button. So if you make a tree and you like the look of it, you can always reload the preset at any time. And on here, there's a couple of options already here. I've already saved one, in fact, called Starting Tree. But I really like the CA Black Oak. I've been playing with them all, and I really like the way that comes out. And again, we're going to just have to, we don't want a bevel resolution of 80. I'm going to go for 6 in this case. That should give us a bit of smoothness. As you can see, it's still quite a big tree, so let's lower the scale down. I'm going to take it down to 5 or so. It's looking pretty good. In fact, I'm still in camera view. Let's come out of there and I'll be able to zoom out. Okay, so that is looking pretty good for the moment. Now to add leaves to this tree, we'd need to hop over to, as you've probably guessed, the leaf settings. And I'm just going to tick on show leaves. And what this is going to do is it's going to add 25 leaves to the end of each of the branches. Now we've only got a couple of branches coming out of here. So if we go back to the branch growth setting, I do apologise, the branch splitting section is on this second level that the leaves appear. So until it's on that second level, there won't be any leaves at all. So one way to boost this and get leaves all over the entire tree would be to increase the levels here to number 3. But before we do that, just check the numbers here. So we've got 40 branches, each with 120 branches coming out. Whoa, okay. And each one of those 120 is going to have 25 leaves on it. So I'm anticipating it to stop Blender working for a few moments while I do this. Your computer may take a little longer, but if so, then lower these figures. There we go. It took a few seconds to do. We can see straight away we've got some leaves on our tree. And I really like the way that this one's dropping down towards the ground as well. I can use that to my advantage. Right, let's deal now with how this looks at the very bottom. I'm going to get rid of this render board as well. I'm finding it a bit distracting. So down here, this comes to a complete sort of dead stop, straight into the ground. And we wouldn't want that to happen. We want it to happen more natural. So the first thing we're going to have to do is, this is still a curve object. So just like you've done to your bush beforehand on the tree, we're going to go Alt-C, and we're going to make a mesh from the curve data. Not going to keep the original. I'm quite happy that we're going to lose that data. And now we've done that, we can actually go into sculpt mode. Now there's loads of ways of doing this, but obviously in sculpt mode we can start doing a bit of alteration. Now if we hop into edit mode before we do that, we can see there's not much geometry down here, which means that the standard sculpting is not going to be isn't going to be that precise. In fact, it's just going to move a couple of vertices around. So we're going to have to turn on, as we've done before, we're going to have to turn on the dynamic topology, which is going to create more more geometry for us as we go. Now you've got to have to be careful as well, because you may end up adding too much detail to your tree. Now down at the bottom here, oh, that's subtract, so I'm just going to literally go ahead and start adding some detail, making it a bit bulkier at the bottom. Excellent. And we can try something like the snake hook here, make it a bit smaller, so we can pull out. I'm going to zoom in for this one, so I can pull out a bit more. Oh, I've got mirroring turned on. You can see how, let's just turn up the radius just a little so we can grab some more. There we go, that's starting to look a bit better, more like a root system coming out of the tree. I've got mirroring turned on. It's not too much of a big deal at this point in time. And now, around here where the branches actually are, it may pay us a little bit to make that look just a little bit more blended around there, so that when we're looking at the tree later on, it doesn't look like these branches are just literally stuck on. Now it only matters with the low down ones, because I'm probably only going to be seeing that, but making them a little more blended in is going to help massively. Now obviously be careful how much detail you add, because it will, if you zoom out too far, that will happen. Remember, the distance you zoom out will depend on the level of detail the dynamic topology works out. If you zoom right in, you can add a little knot in there, and if we zoom all the way out, if we try and do the same thing, it wrecks the tree completely. So there's lots to play about here, a lot to do to make this tree look a bit better than just plain old stick in the ground. And of course, with that in mind, a challenge for you guys. I would like you to finish your scene. So create a tree for the scene. Give the tree and leaves a material. Make any changes to your scene that may be necessary. Remember to keep your samples low whilst prototyping and moving things about. And then render your final scene and share with us in the discussions. I really do like seeing what you guys have created. I'm looking forward to seeing this scene all coming together. Remember to keep those samples low. I can't stress that enough. You don't want to be waiting around ages just to see if something's in the right position. Keep them low, prototype rapidly, go backwards and forwards, try it out, and then finally turn up the samples for that final scene. Don't go crazy with it. We don't need it super high res or millions and millions of samples. Just get it to a decent enough quality so you can share with us all your creation. Pause the video now and give that a go. Okay guys, welcome back. Let's hop over and finish our scene in Blender. Right, so let's go ahead and have a look at how this is currently looking. Well, first of all, I can see, before doing anything else, I know we haven't assigned any material, so I'm going to do that first of all. So we've got the tree, and nested under the tree we have our leaves. So if I go to the tree first and go to the material tab, I'm just going to add a very basic material, and I'm going to call it branches or tree or wood or something along those lines. I'm going to call it tree, and I'm going to change that colour to a, not an orange, well I suppose it could be, but a darker something along those lines. If you go out and look at trees, they're not necessarily dark brown, they may be whites and with bits of, I'm not going to detail in texture at the moment. And the leaves, well, what colour leaves do we want? Do we want an autumn leaf? Do we want a bright summer leaf? Well, I'm doing a midsummer's day in this one, so let's call the material leaves. They're going to be green. I'm going to leave it as a diffuse colour, but I'm certainly not going to have them that bright. I'm going to leave it around there. Of course, I can play with the materials and build up a bit of specularity in there as well to give the leaves a bit of a shine. And let's just have a look at the tree as a whole. That looks pretty good. Now, let's start bringing in other things into our scene. So I'm going to go to my Layers tab here, and on the Layers Management, and just see how it looks with the camera and lighting turned on. That's important. And the grass layer. So my tree itself, I want to shift up to the top here. So I'm just going to grab it, the whole thing. I'm going to grab the whole thing and move it. I will grab the right thing in a moment. There we go. Grab the tree. I'm still in sculpt mode, that's why. Switch over to object mode, and I'm going to move that first of all just across so it's roughly in the right place, and I'm going to have to lift it up on the Z axis itself. It's just coming through the ground. Let's switch back over to material mode and have a closer look at it. Of course, I could go in and detail things. Now, importantly, if I'm viewing it from the camera, so let's just go to the camera view itself. Well, if that's the camera view, the tree's not even in the scene, so we're going to have to adjust things so that everything's in the scene itself. So let's go ahead and add the rabbit. Excellent. I seem to have a tree layer here. Is that my bush? Where's my bush situated in this scene? So let's situate it about there. So let's go ahead and move the camera around now. Lock the camera to view and just rotate. It's a bit busy. So let's have a bit more space as well to see what's going on. Pull that up. Now this is all artistic license at this point. You can go through as many iterations as you like. I quite like that view there, I think, so I'm going to test that really quickly. We've got a low sample rate, that's good. Let's just render that out and see how it looks. Now, I've not got all my layers turned on yet either, and I don't need to. I don't need to see what the whole thing looks like right at this very moment. I just need to look at the general composition. Well, looking at it, I quite like this tree to be a bit bigger, actually, and I'm going to try to scaling it up. Now, because I can't see the top half, it doesn't really matter what it does to that top half in this particular case. So let's hop back into the 3D view, and let's select our tree, which is still there, and just scale it up. Okay, that's looking better. I'm going to bring that down back into the ground. A little bit on the left goes in as well. Oh, I'm going to leave that up. Right, that's looking a bit better. The tree's more prominent in the scene, and I'm going to render it again and going through this constant iteration cycle. What's it going to look like? What's it going to look like? And that's very important, and keeping those samples low. Okay, so it looks like the root's going out of the ground. So I'm going to go into my model now and just edit it and bring this actually down into the ground. So I'm going to literally grab the vertex on the end, make sure I'm in proportional editing mode, and pull it down until it goes into the ground. And make that just a little smaller so it arches up. Excellent. I'm liking that now. Let's go ahead and hop into object mode and scale the tree up again ever so slightly. Right, brilliant. Let's see now how this looks with the other layers all turned on. Every layer turned on, I can see down at the bottom, and on the tool shelf as well, under the layer management, everything's turned on. So let's do a very quick render and see how that looks. Now, because this has got all of the extra grass in it, it is likely to take significantly longer. Oh, no, it doesn't have all the other grass in it. Why doesn't it have all the grass in it? It's probably because the particle systems are turned off. So the particle systems are part of the ground, so I need to find my ground plane. There it is. I'm going to go over to the particle systems, and here we are. They're actually turned off at the moment. So I'm going to turn them all on in the rendered view, which is this camera, and go and render that only at 5 samples again, because I want to see what it's coming together like. Now we can see there straight away it's taking significantly longer because there's far more detail in the scene that Blender needs to calculate. However, I'm going to let this run out now and see how it looks. And remember, this is only at 5 samples. It looks like it's going to take approximately 3 or 4 minutes to do. So I'll join you again, fast forward to when it's done. Wow, okay, so this is looking really good. I'm happy with its current arrangement. I could critique a few things in here, but notice now that the grass is in place, one of the great things about the grass is it's covering up the base of the tree a little more, which is great because it just covers up the little bits of detail that we haven't added. That's really good. I'm going to leave this now rendering a higher definition, a higher sample rate, just to get a bit of a clearer image. How did you guys get on? I'm really looking forward to seeing what you have come up with, how you finished your tree, what tree did you go for, what colours you wrap it, etc. I'm really looking forward to seeing this, so make sure you share them in the discussions and as always, I will see you in the next lecture.